Good morning, Bearcat fans. It's James Ernest and Mark Fightmaster with UC Bearcats on the Prowl, part of the Grueling Truth Radio Network. We're excited to be here. We got great stuff to talk about with UC being 10-1 in football and 4-2 in basketball. Mark, so tell us, what have them Bearcats been up to?
Well, hey, James, it's been a busy week, both on the hardwood and on the football field. So I think maybe let's start with the football.
Yep.
Like you said, Bearcats are 10-1 now. They had a hard-fought game against Temple. The final was 15-13.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that the margin of difference in the game was a blocked extra point that was returned for two. Yeah. So it was a struggle, and we were talking before we went on air that it just seemed to be like a weird game, and I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the weather. I don't know if this was senior night. It was a big night, a blackout at Nippert. And we talked about it in our last show that there's going to be a lot of energy. It didn't seem like there was any energy watching it on TV, So I don't know. It was weird. I mean, bottom line, they got the win, but it just didn't. I don't know.
It felt like they should have lost, but they won.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like in the past. There were times when it feels like you should win, but you end up losing the game. No, this was the other way around. This was like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, but fortunately the team is doing so well. Now, of course, part of it was Ritter's injury, which I don't think he should have played.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he at one point the plan was not to play him until Friday or Saturday. Or Thursday or Friday, they felt that he was doing good enough that he was going to play. But like on Monday and Tuesday, he wasn't going to play. That was the plan.
Okay.
Yeah, and he just, with his health and all, it just, I don't know about it. I mean, I just have my doubts. Obviously, the weather was going to factor in, make it harder to pass, but still, he's just, the sophomore year has been a tough year for him, despite his winning record, because that's what Tony Pike the other day goes, well, shoot, he's 21-3 or whatever he is. He might be, but that, I don't know. So was Tim Tebow. That doesn't mean, not college Tim Tebow. College Tim Tebow was amazing, but no, I'm talking about NFL Tim Tebow. He would win games, but you'd still go, did he win the game, or was he on a team that won? That kind of thing.
Right, yeah. It was, you're right. They did just enough to win. And, like you said, in the past, they have lost games that it felt like they should have won in the past years. Saturday was definitely a game that they should have lost that they ended up winning. And good thing they did. They're in the AAC championship game. This game this week against Memphis, it really means nothing to UC. It means everything to Memphis. I think if Memphis wins, then they're in the championship game the week after.
Yeah, the scenarios, how it breaks down. If UC wins, they're hosting. If UC loses, they're going to Memphis. Now, if UC wins and Temple wins, then Temple comes to UC.
Okay.
But if UC wins and Temple loses, then Memphis comes to UC. So the really fun part is, if UC loses, then UC will play in Memphis a third time.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah.
Fun.
Because I want to say the Liberty Bowl, I think that's the one that played in Memphis.
Yep.
So, they were doing the math and they figured it out. Yeah, they're like, if UC loses to Memphis, then they're going to have to play Memphis for the championship. And if they lose the championship game, odds are they won't get into the Better Bowl like they want. They'll get into the Liberty Bowl because that's got to tie in with the ACC or AAC. And, so then that would put them there three games in a row. So that is crazy stuff.
Yeah, and I guess what the odds makers don't like UC's chance this week.
Yeah. And they short week, and they've been playing poorly of late.
Yeah.
I see their point.
No, I see their point too. I think what I saw at one point, they were a 10-point dog, but I think moved to 9.5, if I remember right. But that was a couple days ago. So, the odds makers aren't liking UC's chances. So, we'll see. They're going to have to get, there's going to be a major turn by the offense.
Yeah, definitely. They have to do something different because the defense is doing great. They're holding them in the games. They're making good plays, like you said. I mean, Kobe Bryant making that block. Well, he didn't block the field goal, but he recovered it, running it for a touchdown. I mean, and then of course the interception at the end of the game, sealing the game. So I mean, they did a lot of really great things. Senior Perry, I want to say Perry, number 6.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
That fourth down stop and just they did some really great things. But yeah, on offense, it just was such a slow, boring game. And it was very methodical. They had a decent running game when you look at the numbers, kind of. I mean, Warren, he got over 100 yards, which is always a good thing. But he was at 4.4 a game and 18 on his long. So, I mean, you have to figure if he got the 1 for 18, he probably had a lot of them that were 2 to balance out the 18, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Dokes did okay. I mean, in his touches, that he got. So, I mean, there was some good there, but just I do have some concerns.
Yeah, and if this was the offense that we were used to, maybe we wouldn't be as panicked. I'm not even saying we're panicked, but as negative towards it. But this offense was flying high early, and they were scoring points. And Memphis is going to score points. I mean, they flat are going to score points because they are just high powered.
Exactly.
So something has got to change, and maybe it doesn't happen this week. Maybe it happens next week. In the championship game. Maybe they play Memphis again. I don't know.
I know what you mean. So, the scenario is Memphis wins because this game means more to Memphis. It gets them into the championship game. But Memphis beats UC by a good amount. So UC is all riled up the second time, and Memphis is kind of like, oh, we just beat them a week ago. They're nobodies.
Yeah.
And then overlooks them, and then UC's ended up able to win it. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, that is a scenario that could happen. It's just, I don't know, man. It's, I don't want to say they've regressed. I mean, good Lord, we're talking about a 10-1 football team.
Exactly. That's
who's won losses to the number 1 team in the country.
Exactly. So that is kind of the odd part about it. Where you're right. I mean, like you said, I mean the eye test they're having some issues, but when you look at the record in 10-1, it's hard to fault them.
Yeah, I mean they're taking care of business in the conference. I mean that's the best you can ask for, right? They're undefeated in the conference. They're playing in the conference championship game already. They've already clinched a spot. So I just it makes some of the complaining seem trivial, but they have some serious issues on offense that need to get straightened out.
Exactly. So it's one of those ones that just, and I don't like the fact that it's a short week. That really does bother me.
Yeah, what they play Friday night? Is that?
Yeah, they're playing Friday night. Yeah, Friday night at 3:30, which.
Oh, okay. So afternoon. Yeah, man, and I may hate to say this because I'm a UC fan, but this sure is shaping up to be a game that UC loses. I hope I'm wrong, but
I agree with you. I mean, yeah, we want to be wrong, but it just does feel that way. And then Memphis, I mean, they're Central Time, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because I want to say they're Central. Because if they're not, I mean, 3:30. Even Central Time is still 4:30. Why? Yeah, why would they play the game that dang early?
Yeah, I don't know. It's odd.
Yeah, I mean, I guess their thing is because people are off from Thanksgiving.
Right.
Because I was gonna say normally you wouldn't do that early of a game. I mean.
Yeah. Maybe they're trying to capitalize on some TV time. Like what Nebraska, Iowa, they play early on Friday too. So who knows? Just trying to get some eyeballs on the programs. So, but it really is. It's shaping up to be one that the UC is going to lose. I don't know if it's going to be close, a blowout. I just don't see them winning this one.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, they just. What I'd like to have seen is Ritter not started last week, and then that way, he would have had more time to heal. Or even if he doesn't heal, completely, and the other fella does a good job. I want to say Ben. If Ben does a good job, then he can start this game as well. Just depends on how he does. But that way he has got experience under his belt where if he does have to come into this game because of issues, then he's not coming in cold.
Right. So I agree with you. It would have been nice to see a little more time for him. But, we'll keep our fingers crossed. And maybe this extra week for Ritter, or maybe the extra 5 days or whatever have helped him, and he's healed up a little more. So we'll see.
So, I mean, it was an interesting experience being down there at Nippert. However, where we all wanted to be, we're all in agreement on this, we all wanted to be with the basketball team in the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, St. Thomas, amen, man. That's, I've been there, and it's beautiful. And you know what? It was good to the Bearcats. It wasn't as good as it could have been. And I think, it's kind of funny. They went 2-1. They beat who did they play the first night? And then they won last night against Valparaiso. Yeah. So, but I'll tell you what. They won 2 games, but man, that loss to Bowling Green has left such a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
They were up 10 with 3 minutes to go, and. I don't know and I know Jaron Cumberland isn't 100% healthy, I guess. Yeah. Is one of the big things going on. He didn't play, and it seemed like he could have at the end of that game, when that run came. And so there's some questionable coaching decisions. But, I'm going to be quite honest. I'm going to give Coach Brandon the benefit of the doubt.
I know what you mean. Yeah, because I want to do the same thing, but you're right. I mean, it just seems weird that Jaron's brother, Javen, ended up doing more in the game. Him and Chris McNeil, the transfer from Tennessee Tech.
Yep.
And I mean, it just seemed odd.
Yeah, this was definitely it should have shaped up different. They should have beat Bowling Green, and then they should have been playing, I guess it would have been Nevada. I'm not sure. Yesterday instead of Valparaiso. It's just, man, something about it, like you said, just sits wrong with me. And like we both said, I'm going to give Brandon the benefit of the doubt. The man is a Division I basketball coach, and has been successful. There is something going on that he does not like. He says, I don't remember his exact words, but after the game last night or sometime today, he said something along the lines of the team's playing selfish.
Yeah.
And things have to change, and he's trying to get that to happen before the conference tournament starts. Not tournament, but the conference season.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, wow. If he's worried they're going to be, having issues that long, the tournament, the season. I know what you mean. Yeah, they're trying to fix it up with, the upcoming game against UNLV.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be interested to see what changes have been made, or see, not so much even what changes have been made, but how the players respond. Because it does seem to me like they were called out by him. And so how are they going to respond to being called out by their head coach and point blank? And again, like I said, he may not have used the word selfish. I can't remember his exact phrase, but he said they were playing, for lack of a better term, selfish.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Concerning. I was going to say, because they got plenty of talent, and they got some decent depth. I mean, because they got some of the guys from last year that are solid. With Keith Williams, Trey Scott, and then, like I said, having the new players, Chris Vogt and Chris McNeil. So, yeah, and then adding Javen to Jaron. So, I mean, they should do well.
Yeah, I mean, the talent is there. So it's just they've got to start playing for each other instead of for themselves.
Yeah, and then I can't even believe I forgot to even say him, Trayvon Moore. I mean, he's another one that I think can do big things. It makes you want to scratch your head and go, why, But it's early, I know that. So, I mean, that's one of those things that, that's what you play these type of games is so you can bring your team together before conference play.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's why you take these trips like this. It's so you can be together as a team. It's almost like another camp where they can work together and live together and start to be more more in tune with each other. So, I'll be blunt. 4-2 is a lot better than 3-3 or 2-4.
Exactly.
So I'll take it. Now the question is this team going to get their act together and make it to another NCAA tournament?
I believe they will.
I lean that way as well.
I think it'll be a 21, 22 win team, and they'll make the tournament. They'll end up being like a 8 or 9 seed, so we might even see them in the Dayton playing games and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100% on that. I think that's a very accurate prediction of where they're going to be. And you know what? It's kind of funny how spoiled we get, isn't it? We're sitting here complaining about a team that will probably make the NCAA tournament for the 11th straight year or something like that.
Something like that. I know what you mean.
And we're complaining about it.
Exactly.
What my daughter likes to talk about, first world problems. We're dealing with a first world sports problem here. It's like we're so spoiled by how well they've done in the past. Exactly. So
it's because all our eggs are in their basket. I mean, really, when you think about Tri-State sports, obviously the other teams aren't doing anything other than obviously Xavier. I mean, you got to give them a lot of credit. Travis Steele's doing a wonderful job. They're number 19 in the country, and then and he had one of the top recruiting classes in the country. So they're doing great. But pretty much everybody else, baseball and football and soccer, they're all kind of coming up short. So we're like, we kind of need you guys to do something for the area.
Yeah, we do. You're talking like about that reminds me of a couple weeks back when Stephen A. Smith, after the Bengals lost to the Ravens, I think it was, or maybe it was the week before that, talking about how the Bengals just gave up and how they don't even look like a pro team and how he felt bad for the fans of Cincinnati, the sports fans, because Cincinnati has nothing. And I think he even went so far as to say the only thing that Cincinnati has to root for is Ohio State. But UC football kind of chimed in on that. I don't know if you remember that. It was on Twitter. It was a little thing where they're like, don't forget about us, And you're right, man. All our eggs are in the UC basket. And, it's... and then when we see them falter in the least bit, we're like, oh, crap, here we go again. Exactly. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Fear, that anxiety that their thing's going to fall apart. And, and just, of course, with the football, I mean, there were so many times that, and it's amazing how they were able to win those games because, like you said, in the past, they would, under the last regime, they would have found a way to lose those games, but they definitely know they're doing the right thing. And going forward on the fourth downs and just, really just having faith in his team is really made a big difference.
It has. They're being aggressive, and I like it.
Excellent. So basically, with the Memphis game, we're in agreement that we have our concerns about that, and I think they're going to bounce back strong on Saturday, beat UNLV. Hopefully, I should be able to get there at the second half. I was going to say it's kind of funny. That's how my schedule falls out. Where the other day when I was at the Alabama A&M game, I was able if they were based on quarters, I would have barely missed the third quarter when they would have got there for the fourth quarter. But since it's college, so got the second half of the second half.
Yeah.
So it's all good. But yeah, definitely another great week in UC sports. And obviously, if they are able to win that game, the fans definitely need to fill up Nippert Stadium.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt, they're going to need you.
Exactly. So, any final thoughts, Mark?
No, just, it'll be a good week. I agree with you. I think the UNLV game is going to be a little bit of a measuring stick, and I do think they bounce back. So just keep watching the Cats and keep rooting for them.
Sounds great. Thank you.